At Delray Buick GMC, we're proud to help you with your vehicle needs every step of the way. Whether you're looking to upgrade to a brand new model, get behind the wheel of a pre-owned vehicle, or receive helpful repairs and efficient service, our team is dedicated to ensuring you feel comfortable, confident, and taken care of. We've won the General Motors Mark of Excellence Award 6 times, proof of our commitment to quality customer service. Upgrade your dealership experience at Delray Buick GMC. It matters where you buy your car.
Good morning, Delray Beach. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Jamel.
And we are here at one of our favorite places in town.
DB.
Delray Buick GMC, which was voted one of the top 100 dealerships.
In the country.
In the country?
No, in the world.
The world?
One of those, but they're in the top 100.
Wow. Either way, that is quite an honor.
Yes.
And we're just so excited to be able to work with
they've been
them.
voted like one of the top dealerships to really work for. So when you think about everything that they do for their employees and the benefits, just when you walk into this place, you feel that vibe anyway. So I can see why.
On both sides, because you feel it as you walk in as if you were a customer, but it's good to know that on the flip side, you also feel it when this is your place.
If you go into a business and they're disgruntled employees, that energy is going to be transferred over to customer service as well. Yes, exactly.
You're not going to keep coming back to look at the same truck we look at every week.
I agree.
So I've been thinking, why don't we just get one and we'll split it and we'll share it? So like, you get it one week, I'll get it the next week.
So we'll have shared custody
of that truck.
Sweet.
Right?
I like it.
Why can't you do things like that?
You can have endured. You don't like driving anyway, so
I don't like driving. Actually, you're correct. I do not like to drive. So okay, even better plan. You can have the truck, and you can just help drive me everywhere.
Uber.
Oh yeah, there is something that can do that for me, isn't there? So I just don't need a car anymore. I just need Uber.
Yep,
all the time Uber.
All the time. Make sure they're driving a GMC.
That's right. Can you pick which kind of car that Uber drives you in?
You can. They have the little picture on the bottom of the screen.
So you can be selective by the car.
Yeah, like no Toyota, no Ford, nope. This guy has a Buick.
Only a Buick.
Come pick me up, baby.
That would be a really good commercial, actually.
I like it.
That's a good commercial. Maybe we should make that commercial.
Access denied. Let's go.
So, Jamel, we were talking for a really long time about Party in Paradise, and now it's over.
Listen, that was a legit party that came so fast, left so fast, but it was a lot of fun.
It was so much fun. It was great to see so many members of our beautiful community, see everyone celebrate together after, a year and a half.
Why do you think that party was just so? What about it made it fun for you?
Seeing people I haven't seen in a long time was amazing. Because especially with COVID, there haven't been quite as many parties as we're used to here in town, and I think just the energy of all of these amazing people from our town in one room.
The one thing that really made it exciting for me, it wasn't like a sit-down, boring, long program, and you sit there and you just hear them call out names, Johnny Mack. It wasn't none of that thing. It wasn't nothing like that. No, but it was really, everybody was up, energetic.
It was a party.
The flow of the room, the food was great.
It was.
The music.
There was a ton of food, a ton of drinks.
Right. Every time I kept looking at my cup, it kept filling up. I don't know why. I don't know if it was a button under, but it just kept filling up with alcohol.
He doesn't know how that happened.
I don't know how that happened at all, but it was a fun night. It was a
very fun night, and it really was. It was a celebration of our town, a celebration of the people that make this town so special, and we get to celebrate even more today. No booze, unfortunately.
Right.
But I do have coffee.
You can always call a timeout and take a commercial break.
That's right. Sean Hall, when he comes, he always brings me a coffee, and he calls himself the chief caffeine strategist, and he is right, because that caffeine keeps me strategizing all day long.
Thank you, Sean, for her coffee. I'm waiting on him to bring me something.
Okay, wait. You don't drink coffee.
Sean knows what I drink.
Oh, Sean knows better than to give you that early in the morning. Thank you.
No, but then again, for the Delray Beach Chamber, and also thanks to the group at the Ray Hotel.
Yes.
Everything that happened behind the scenes. I know when you're planning an event, it takes like months of planning, for an event that's only 2 hours. But you can see that it was very thoughtful and well thought out on everything.
Every detail. The chamber did a beautiful job. All the partners that they had did an incredible job, just in making sure it was seamless and enjoyable. And every single person there was smiling and had a good time. You didn't see anybody like grumpy in the corner like you sometimes see that one person over there. Nobody. They were all having a good time.
I totally agree. And I can say I've been to a lot of parties in Delray, and that was probably one of my favorites.
I agree. Round of applause.
Yes.
They deserve a round of applause. And we have a lot of the people that were honored
Yes.
with us this morning.
And if you guys didn't get an opportunity to attend the party, at least we can share with you those winners from the event.
Yeah, and all the nominees
and
were
all the
winners.
nominees that was there as well.
I can't even imagine. I mean, when I went to vote, it was like, how do you vote? Because every single person was so wonderful, and so many people that weren't mentioned should be mentioned because they're so great. And that's why every single year we have this, so every year somebody gets an opportunity.
I agree.
So should we start with the nonprofit nominees first?
Yes.
You want to read them off, and then we'll bring them all on?
So, the Nonprofit of the Year nominees were Milagro Center, George Gann, President and Chair of the Board for the Institute of Regional Conservation, and also Deborah Tendridge, Founder and President of Eat Better, Live Better.
And we have 2 of them here today. Come on,
Yes,
guys! Congratulations! So, how does it feel to be nominated, to have won? What are you feeling?
Well, I know as a nonprofit, you probably can relate. We do a lot of work. You know, the words behind the scenes are always used, and just to see that people appreciate our work in the community feels amazing. Thank you.
I say this, so for those viewers out there that don't know about your nonprofit, talk about it. What do you do?
Eat Better, Live Better. I actually founded the organization back in 2016 because I lost 70 pounds in 2013, and I reversed my daughter's medical conditions with just food. So I developed a curriculum to teach kids how to eat healthy in schools. We've worked with over 9,000 kids. And when the pandemic hit, we knew a lot of the underlying conditions were due to poor nutrition and access. So we developed the grocery assistance program, and so far we've delivered over 800,000 pounds of, I'm expecting to do 1 million by the end of the year, of healthy groceries and fresh produce.
Nice.
I didn't realize the magnitude of what you did either. That is absolutely incredible.
Thank you so much.
I mean, really, you're not like, we delivered a couple things. I mean, you delivered a lot of things.
It was a lot.
So how do you feel to have been given this honor?
I feel it shouldn't have just been me. And, we have a whole team, a whole collaboration, our community partners, we have our volunteers, we have our donors, our funders. I mean, it's a huge, it's a huge collaborative. And even shows like Delray Morning Live, congratulations too.
Thank you. They felt sorry for us.
Like these knuckleheads.
To help us get the word out. There's also the media partners. So, we appreciate this opportunity too to share our message, and the Chamber for making this award possible.
Okay, so I have another question for you. What does Delray Beach mean to you?
I love the city. This city has helped not myself flourish, but the families we work with, we've connected with, the business. It's just, if it's a home for me, it's a home for my charity, Eat Better, Live Better. It's just so special. It's the community, you can't compare it with any other. I love it.
I agree. That was a good one.
That was a good one. I'm gonna use that line.
Okay. Well, now you're in the hot seat, sir.
It's been good. Yes.
So, for people who don't know what you do, can you share a little bit? Because I think, this is a hard one because there are so many incredible people, like you said, working behind the scenes that the community may not know about you, and there may be a donor out there that wants to get involved.
Great. So, the Institute for Regional Conservation, we work on a whole host of conservation, restoration, and sustainability issues. One thing that's a little bit unique about IRC is that we work at the local, the regional, and the global level. So we're particularly concerned on the sustainability side. There's lots of people working on things like climate change with regard to raising roads and doing things like this. But our particular area of expertise are the species, the animals, the plants, and the ecosystems that keep our world tied together. So we can do all of the things that we do, but at the end of the day, if the planet is not healthy, then we're not going to have a future for ourselves, our children, and so forth. So we're really brass tacks. We work, it's a science-based organization. We work on evidence and information that we've collected over decades of work. We've been around for 37 years. And we're originally working out of Miami-Dade County, moved up to Delray about 10 years ago, and have found this to be a great place for our operation. and so forth.
Sea level rise made them leave Miami. Come up to this. No, I'm just,
No, I don't think some people might question our decision about moving from Miami to Delray. We're not in any better place here in terms of sea level rise, that's for sure.
right.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
We're not at all.
Yeah.
And what does Delray Beach mean to you?
So Delray Beach has been a great place for us to relocate. We're a small nonprofit, but we do incredible things with the amount of people and resources that we have. But in Miami-Dade County, we're kind of like a small fish in a very large pond.
Right.
And in Delray Beach, where we really feel part of the community, there's a huge number of nonprofits and green and sustainability-minded businesses, and we found this just to be a wonderful place. We've enjoyed being part of the chamber for almost 10 years now, and really enjoy working out of Delray.
So if somebody want to get more information about both of your organizations, we'll go with you. How would they find out about your organization?
So regionalconservation.org. Pretty simple. We're pretty easy to find on the internet. We have a bunch of tools that are available to people. We have a program called Natives for Your Neighborhood. You can put that in your search engine that tells you what native plants you can put in your garden to help attract native birds and butterflies
so cool.
And also
things
which
like
ones
that.
to keep mosquitoes away.
Well, no.
All in my yard. Give
Some
me
lemongrass
all
and
those
eucalyptus and-
recommendations.
Well,
Rosemary.
a balanced ecosystem will have fewer mosquitoes.
Okay.
Mosquitoes are actually attracted to things like old tires and containers that are left lying around with stagnant water in them. And a healthy ecosystem has many kinds of animals that eat mosquitoes, like dragonflies, for example, and
Okay.
birds. There you go.
There you
There
go.
you
I
go.
love it. So everybody got some comments. I don't know if you have your comments with you, because I don't have all of them. I just have them for the people who are not present. Was there something that somebody said to either of you or both of you that made you feel just so excited and warm and fuzzy when you read it?
After you.
Okay. There was actually 2 comments. Actually, they were all. I was crying while I was reading, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" We don't know yet who said what.
Yes.
But
Yeah, so for those of you who are wondering what we were talking about, we were given not all, I guess, some of the comments that people made when they voted for everybody, so that all of the nominees could see the wonderful things that people said, whether they won or not, because every single person is a winner, because look what you're doing for our community. So there are comments, so we want to hear what their favorite one or one of their favorite ones were.
There's 2 actually that really stuck out to me. The first one is that this organization has helped thousands during the pandemic and prior to that. I have witnessed families cry and thank their God for such miracles and answered prayers.
Wow.
I'm going to cry for you.
This is probably, if I'm guessing, from one of our volunteers who's delivered to a family who probably has dropped down to their knees and because they didn't have any food. If I'm guessing. We were housed as we were growing. We were in a transition stage, and Quezon United Methodist Church on Lake Ida and Swinton, they kind of let us use their space for a while as we transitioned into our new location on Military and Atlantic. But they made a really nice comment too. At Quezon United Methodist Church, we have worked and continue to work hand in hand distributing groceries to the underserved and homeless. I am most pleased that Deborah and her crew at EBLB care so much for the community and work tirelessly to connect with individuals, giving them hands up as well as handouts. And so these are some also from our community partners where we continue to build relationships. And it's just so nice to see that the words that they use to describe our partnership and our work in the community.
And was there one that stuck out to you?
Well, there were a lot of great comments, as Deborah said. I mean, it's really nice to be able to see the support.
Right.
But there was one that I wanted to share, paraphrasing, which was that the Institute is an underdog. Not enough know about them, but their work is crazy important.
Yes.
And that's what I like to think. Our work is crazy important. And we all have things that we need to do day to day to survive and to provide for our families and our community. But time is up. We have to do the right thing by the planet, or we're not going to have a place to live.
I mean, in regards to your organization, there are also a lot of other organizations that's looking to do that work. So I can see
Sure.
something big with you guys' partnership, like community greening.
Yeah.
You know, those
Yep.
different programs. There's you know, even with the sustainability department over at the city of Delray. I mean, I think a lot of you guys are really tackling the same beast. So I think you guys can really join some forces and make some things happen here.
Yeah,
in
we
Delray
do a
Beach.
lot of collaborative work. We've worked with the city of Delray Beach
Right.
and community greening, but we also work globally. We have
Globally, okay.
partnerships with organizations all over the world. And our space is really trying to get that communication between local and global so that we don't
Right.
just have global mandates coming down about what we should do or people operating in isolation locally, but actually how do we communicate so we can get the whole world working together. And that's part of the UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration that we're part of, which is 2021 to 2030.
Well, I like it. As long as we can make sure that Delray takes charge and lead the rest of the country.
Perfect.
I'm
We'll be
all
happy
for
to
it
help
at the
with
end of
that.
the day.
Yes.
Yes, let's make that happen. Well,
I agree with that. And then I'm going to read one for the Milagro Center because we don't have a representative here. And another incredible nonprofit. This one here says, it's a tremendous organization which serves underprivileged youth in our community. So we want to give them a big shout out as well at the Milagro Center.
Well, thank you guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Again, thank you for all that you're doing to make our town and our world a better place.
Yes.
Can I say where they can find us too?
Oh, yes, we skipped right over that. Of
job,
course
Deborah.
you can.
No, you can't. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Deborah.
So you can find us on all social media. Eat Better, Live Better is on our Facebook and Instagram. And you can go to our website at eblb.org. And that's the initials for Eat Better, Live Better.
EBLB, baby.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. I mean, I learned something new today,
Yes, I
especially
did
about the
too.
Institute of Regional Conservation.
Yeah, because for both of them, like,
Right.
I thought I knew,
Right.
but there's so much more than we realize going on behind the scenes.
Yes, yes, yes. So our next group of nominees were actually from the Business of the Year category. So first up, we have, Business Person, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, Business Person of the Year.
I was like,
So
wait, are we reading the same?
we have Miss Anna Hess, right, I hope I pronounced it right. Owner and event designer with Anna Hess Events. We have Mr. Johnny Mackey, owner of Shamrock Restoration. Allison Turner, CEO and owner of Batcat Media Group. Let's bring them up. Let's bring them.
Welcome. Congratulations. Congratulations.
You know the one thing. You know the one thing that I love is our studio audience.
I know.
They're loud, right?
I know.
Yeah, they're trying to get it together, but they're great.
Delray morning live, baby.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You see how Johnny went into the mic.
Yeah,
All
well,
right, let's go.
let them hear my beautiful voice.
Yes, yes,
right.
yes, yes.
So, both of you are staples in this community. I see you at everything. But it was so much fun to see you guys at a party again.
Man, it's been way too long, hasn't
Right?
it? Oh my goodness.
It was like, I don't know. It was like a reunion. It felt like a reunion. That's what it felt like, I guess.
I just need
I
an
keep trying to
excuse
think
to
of the
party.
word. You don't need an excuse. Every day is a party with Jamel.
Hey, that's all right.
Hey, but you
Segment
know,
party
you
with
give them a
Jamel.
cup and a little bit of music, and it gets a little bit better, doesn't it?
I'm gonna cut a rug, baby. I'm gonna cut a
Come
rug.
on.
So how are you guys feeling? I mean, to be given such an honor and all the nice comments, and I mean,
for me, it's I'm still kind of floating on cloud nine. I mean, just the nomination alone was quite an honor.
Yeah.
And it was funny because when these, the calls for nominations came out, I actually nominated this guy over here because, like he does so much in the community and
Right.
does such a great job and, in his own company as well. So.
Yeah.
So tell everybody about your company and what do you guys do?
So I own Batcat Media Group. So we recently rebranded earlier this year. So we are a digital marketing agency. I also do business coaching for startup companies and small company, solopreneurs making less than $75,000. So it's really a way to help small businesses be heard and try and find that unique opportunity for them to be heard. Because in this day and age with marketing and online marketing, it's the big companies that have the mega millions of dollars to
Right.
advertise that are getting seen on the first page
Yep.
of Google. So it's figuring out what the unique opportunities are for the small guy and the smaller companies.
Right. That's amazing because I think you are right. Like being a small business owner myself, it can be hard where you're like, oh man, like they have $1 million literally to put towards advertising. I don't have that. And sometimes I think, especially when starting out, you get discouraged. So to have someone like you in their corner to be able to be like, no, you are special, and here's how we're going to show everybody your business is huge. I mean, I think that's something for anybody out there who's watching that is starting a business or thinking about starting a business and they don't know where to go or what to do because it can be scary, especially if they're leaving their 9 to 5 or, you know, a safety net. Having you as that resource, I mean, that's going to catapult you quick. Because I figured it out all the hard way, the long way, the not so fun way. So to have you and be like, how do I do this would be, I mean, save you a lot of time and money.
How long have your business been here in Delray?
We've been here 9 years.
9 years. Okay.
So yeah, I made it past that, the 3-year mark, the 5-year mark. You gotta make that 10-year mark.
You got it, you're close, you're right there.
So you're going to throw a decade party, right?
Yeah,
10-year,
absolutely.
10-year, okay. We're there. We're
Decade
coming.
party.
We will definitely be there. So what, I'm gonna ask you the same question we asked our previous guest. What does Delray Beach mean to you?
I mean, Delray Beach for me is my legacy. My father was born and raised here. So even though I wasn't born here, I was born in Miami and I grew up in the Midwest. I came back here because I've always felt the best here. I've always felt great in warm weather. I've always felt great just with the Delray vibe and the community. I mean, Delray's kind of, for me, I lived in Chicago before that, and it's kind of a small neighborhood that was in Chicago, kind of plopped in the middle of this city. So I love Delray. So.
Leave the other parts of Chicago in Chicago.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. The crime and
everything else. No, but that's great. I mean, I love to see that people leave from other areas to come here to Delray and they have nothing but great things to say about the city. So that's awesome.
And what was your favorite comment that you read from somebody who voted for you?
I mean, all these comments were fabulous. I think one of my favorites, and I'll just read one, was Allison has really stepped up and invested in herself, her partner, her business, and the community. She works super hard and engages the community to follow in her footsteps.
Beautiful.
That's nice. That's beautiful. I wish they had their name next to it so you can give that person a shout out.
I know. Whoever wrote that, thank you. That was lovely.
I know. Whoever said that, contact me.
You're welcome. I didn't want to say it. It's so embarrassing, but oh my God.
I knew Johnny did
I'm
it.
glad we finally got to break
Johnny did all of them in there.
Yes.
I had a lot of time on my hands.
Right.
emails,
You are so busy, Johnny. So we need to talk about you for a minute for people who don't know Shamrock Restoration, because they need to know.
Okay,
Because things happen,
Yeah.
and they need someone to come in and support them, and be honest and fair like you are. What do you do, and how can you help them?
Well, I'm very lucky because I have a wonderful team around me. So what we do is, if you have an issue, or maybe you come home and you see there's a little bit of water on the floor, or there's a stain on your ceiling, something's starting to smell a little funky, and it ain't your wife's socks, then you might have a water damage issue, and that's where we can come in. I think we're lucky in the sense that a lot of the times when we come into somebody's house, we're able to give them options. It's not just like, this is the one way you got to do it and this is the only way. We get to have a conversation with the families, figure out what works best for them so that they're part of the solution, choosing it. And that's really worked well for us. So that's our approach.
And I have to say, he walked me through the process. I had a mini flood in my house, and I mean, he came in and it was a stressful situation.
Yeah, that's scary.
But I mean, I didn't know how to handle that whole situation, the paperwork, I mean, the insurance parts of it, but Johnny was able to walk us through everything, you know, and we were able to restore our home and our bottom floor of our home, you know, back to good shape. You know, and thanks to his guidance, you know, so it was really big. And I really think he went over and beyond on a lot of things, you know, coaching us through a lot of the different ways and avenues that we can take to remedy that situation.
Yeah, because that's a terrifying situation, especially when you have a family and, you know, you're worried about your kids being disrupted. So having somebody in your corner that's going to be able to walk you through it and where you're not quite as stressed, you at least can come up with a plan together with a professional person who is kind and breaks it all down for you.
Exactly. So how long, talk about your business, like how long have you been here? You know, one thing I also must say, you know, when Old School Square was having a lot of events, you already know he was involved some way, shape, or form with his company out doing, they probably had the craziest tent area of something to really attract you to their booth at a lot of the events in Delray. But Talk more about your business. I know you guys are really involved with a lot of stuff with nonprofits going on.
Well, so the way that we like to approach things, we've been around for a little over 4 years now, so that's pretty huge.
Yeah.
Feel really good about that. But the way we like to approach it, much like Allison was talking about, it can be very difficult to fight through the big corporations when you're trying to get your name out there. So we've always wanted to do more of a grassroots approach, right? And so how we've gone about that is, I love doing events, and I think if you can get out amongst the people, that's the real thing. And when we do events, we like to set up some sort of game, right? So at the shop, we have like a bit of a brainstorming operation, right? And we try to think of a cool game, and then we tie ourselves to a charity. And then when people come to the event and they want to play the game, we just ask for donations. Anybody can play, right? We say, hey, you know, this is for a good cause. We're trying to raise money for this or that. Like the one that we most recently did was Roots and Wings. I got one coming up that we're going to do something for Eat Better, Live Better. And so the way that I look at it is, if we can bring attention to the other wonderful organizations around us, and then people see that we're doing that, I don't even really need to advertise that we're water damage and mold and all that stuff. Really, people just remember you and my business partners and all those people. And so that's kind of how we've been going about doing it. And it's worked so far. We call it guerrilla marketing.
Yes.
Now you see why he was nominated for business person.
Exactly. I'm like, wait, is there any water spots in my house? So I can let me look. There has to be something.
Where's the banana outfit this morning?
Well, you know, it's
banana
early.
suit?
Well, you know, I'm not sure if everyone will know what she's talking about, but you'll find out
You'll
soon
find out.
enough if you don't know.
So we're going to ask you the same question. What does Delray Beach mean to you?
You know, Delray Beach is a cool spot. This is where I really kind of cut my teeth as far as being a businessman. And the thing I like the most about Delray is it's such a supportive community, right? So when I first started, I mean, much like a lot, I didn't know what I was doing, right? But I could go to the chamber, and the chamber could introduce me to people. And then I could get guidance from people that I met, like Allison, who even today is helping me with a website that we're putting together for an event. And then I get to come on a show like this. Like, I don't think there's a whole lot of cities and places where the whole community can kind of just wrap their arms around you and say, come on, let's make you successful. And if you're willing to put in the time and you're willing to put in the work, the community will give back. And I think that's the coolest thing about this place.
I totally agree. Totally agree. All right, you guys gonna make me cry.
I know. I'm trying not to.
Dude, you better cry.
I tend to cry.
I want to see you cry.
Oh,
I know, he doesn't cry.
I don't want to mess up my mascara.
I think Superman here doesn't cry. I cry all the time because I'm tearing up as people are reading their comments. I'm tearing up when they tell their stories. I'm like, so what was a comment that was said about you and in the voting? Was there any one in particular that stood out?
Yeah, so there's a couple funny ones. Like one, somebody said, you know, I was a great businessman and they would love to have me by their side in a bar fight. I find that humorous.
Well, they know that you are loyal and you are going to be there and you're not going to run away.
Yeah, I had one, all it said was, I love your wife.
I do too. I love your wife also.
I did something right.
But
I don't know if it has anything to do with business, but it was a good decision.
You're smart. Good decisions. You know how to pick. You know how to choose right.
That's it. So, but if I was gonna say one above the rest, I started out by saying this, but I am just one man, and I can't do what I do without the team around me. So there was a comment on there that really shouted out the team and what the team was able to do for this client that was going through this terrible situation, and how everybody from, luckily my team, that's what I get to call it, it's my team, was so supportive and helpful. And when you hear that the people underneath you that you work with are rising up and people are complimenting them, that's the greatest compliment anybody who's a boss can ever hear.
But I think that's also, I'm congratulating, kudos to you, because that's something that they're mirroring. They see that in their leader.
Yes.
At the end of the day, you know, you make them, when they come to work, they're having fun. They know that they want to impress you at the end of the day as well, and they want to follow in your footsteps. You know, so when they have on that logo, they know what that logo stands for because you embody that when you're talking to them. I love the energy that your team brings. I've met a lot of them, and all of them are positive. They're outgoing, just like you are, as well. So that lets me know that they're having fun where they work at is a positive workplace and things of that nature. So that's kudos to you, brother.
That means a lot. Thank you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And then I'm going to read one for Anna Hess since she is not here. Anna Hess is professional, detail-oriented, and has big ideas that she is not afraid to bring to extraordinary life. Highly recommended. So congratulations to you as well, Anna Hess.
Go,
and
Anna.
thank you to you guys. And where can people find you? Because they might be in need of business help, they have water damage and they need some help and guidance. Where can they find the two of you?
So they can find me at batcatmedia.com. So it's BATCAT media.com.
Okay.
Oh, for me, man, you just go to any search engine and you type Shamrock Restoration, and bam, there we are.
There you are.
You don't even have to worry about the .com nowadays. Let Google do the work.
Those
You don't
work.
even want to type. You just go, hey, Siri, Google Shamrock Restoration, and bang, we're right there for you.
Johnny pops up.
Come on.
There he is.
Just like this.
Well, thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you
again.
very
Thank you, guys.
Such a good show.
I like this. I like this.
I mean, I like them all, but this is so much fun. Okay, so you want to read our next?
Oh, am I too early?
You are welcome anytime you want, friend.
You know what?
I've never been on before.
Here you go,
I
my
know.
microphone.
Well, she just had a baby. So she just had a baby. So
I'm sitting up here with security. What security?
Who's this lady? Who's this lady? We don't know her.
She just took over the show. What's your name?
Amanda.
Welcome to the Amanda
She's the
Show.
new Amanda. This is the Amanda Show. You are surrounded by Amandas.
Well,
You're on. I was like, okay.
I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. Go ahead.
Go ahead, guys.
Hi, I'm Amanda McMaster.
I was just playing. Hold on. So listen.
You never know what's gonna happen here. That's for sure.
So next up, our next guest, Business of the Year nominees.
Yeah.
So two of them couldn't be here.
Right.
That's Lionfish and also Tom Robes from their Robes Law Group. But we do have one of the nominees and the winner.
The winner.
Yes, you want to introduce yourself now?
Sure. I'm Amanda McMaster of Masterwing Creative Agency.
And I am Ethan Dangerwing of Masterwing Creative
I
Agency.
feel like the light is right in Ethan's eye.
It is.
Okay, can we switch this way? Or Ethan. I'm looking at him. I'm like,
You got this lead
bright
on.
spot.
Yeah.
I mean, you're glowing, friend, but you
I felt
know.
it. That's why I didn't.
He was like, oh, this spotlight. So, congratulations to the two of you. I mean, we get to see your work firsthand every week because
Yes.
for those of you who don't know, the beautiful graphics that we post are created by Masterwing. And, I mean, we had fun with Ethan taking pictures for
Oh
the
man,
show.
that was funny.
Everyone thought we were getting married. Neither of us looked like we were wearing wedding clothes, but we got congratulated left and right about our new wedding. So we were like, okay.
We did.
I'm like, oh, your wife is gonna not like this. But yeah, I mean, you guys are just such wonderful professionals, so easy to work with, so creative, and so good at what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you help make our show look really good.
So give us the birth of y'all business. How did it happen? How did you guys come together?
So, actually, we used to work together. And before we decided to launch our own business, we were doing a lot of, like, Amanda was running her marketing agency. I was doing my photography stuff. We were already working together a lot, just, you know, marketing and visuals. They kind of perfect marriage. So, we had a conversation. We were like, why don't we throw our hat in and do this for real and launch our own agency and team up?
Right.
So that was the birthplace, the genesis of it. And I'll let Amanda take it from there.
Yeah, I was actually hiring Ethan a lot for different projects, and those projects were doing the best because everyone loves his photos and videos. So for me, it was just a fabulous business move.
Yeah.
And I feel very happy with that decision. So we decided to launch an agency that focuses on people through videography, photography, and then we do the marketing strategy and campaigns that go with it.
So besides winning at the event, like what was your favorite part of Party in Paradise?
Leaving the house.
Tell everyone why, though. Tell everybody why, because that sounds like somebody's keeping you there. She's okay.
No.
She's okay.
No, so I have a 2-year-old and a 3-month-old, and it's been
Wow.
and then,
You're a little bit busy, a little bit
and then
tired.
COVID, so I've been in the house, I feel like,
Yeah.
for 2 years or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. My mom is down now, and me and my husband got to go out, so that was nice.
That's really
For
good.
me, one of the main highlights after you guys won your award, this dance you did.
We can do it again for you today, Ethan. I'm sure he'll be happy. For everyone who missed it, I'm sure Jamel can dance again.
I feel like you
So
got it in.
listen, the way my knees work, the way,
Only one night a week?
yeah, I think Ann Gannon topped it for me. She was the best dancer in the house.
So what? So for everybody who didn't see the dance, can you explain why this was your
Why?
favorite
It just
part?
it took me back. It was one of those dances from like middle school.
It's gone you own.
I learned everything from my grandfather. So you know, that was just that's it.
It was a fun night. Okay,
was.
so everybody else has been asked the question, so hopefully you guys came up with a good answer, especially since marketing is your thing. You're really in the hot seat. What does Delray Beach mean to you?
Well, I moved here, I don't know, 9 years ago, and the reason I moved was because I actually worked with Bern Ryan from the Festival Management Group. I lived in Miami Beach, and he worked with us on a festival Art Deco weekend. And he gave us free tickets to the Garlic Festival, so we came up, and we just kind of fell in love with Delray. So when my husband got a job more north, actually in Broward, I was like, fine, I'll move more north if we can live in Delray. So since then, we just love it here. We love just the downtown area, the culture, the restaurants, everything. It's like a small, big city. I don't know how to describe it.
Yep.
And since then, we bought our house. We had our kids here, so it just means a lot now.
This is great.
Our business is here, so.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I grew up in Boynton, so
We
this
don't
was
fault
like,
you for that. It's not your fault. We don't fault your parents.
I say that to say, you know, Delray is like the backyard for me. So I kind of, to go along with what Johnny said earlier, like it's the city where I started pretty much everything. The support that I have in this community, the people I know, it's everything. It's everything. I started an art career. We started our business. Like it's everything. I'll put it that way.
That was so good. I know, they're trying to make you cry. Keep on going, guys. Because me, I mean, that's no thing, but I don't know. I think he might today. This might be the day.
I put super glue on the tear ducts. And I have to, baby.
So, was there one comment in particular that really stuck out to either one of you, or both of you?
There were so many, like, really amazing comments. It was really hard to pick. One that I liked is somebody said that they highly recommend us, and everyone they referred to us has loved us too, which means a lot because that means people trust us with their colleagues, friends, family. So that was a good one. Feel
Did you have a different one, Ethan?
A few popped out. Let me take a look at that.
Okay.
One of them, someone wrote like 2 paragraphs that was like, that's time invested in the voting. It's like, whoa.
They really wanted to. No, but that really is saying something, that they took that much time out of their day to really put all that in there.
It meant a lot. And like Amanda said, we had so many great comments that come through. One that stuck out to me as well is they gave us praise for our creativity, optimism, and dedication to our clients. And can't say it any better.
That says it all.
Yes.
Wow, guys. Okay, so for people who are watching and may need some marketing help and photography and all the things that you do so well, how can they find you?
masterwingcreative.com and on Instagram and Facebook at masterwingcreative.
You'll find us there.
And if you haven't seen their work, anytime you see when we post about Delray Morning Live, the cute graphic,
The pictures.
Master Wayne did it, baby.
they did it.
We're spreading throughout the community, and you'll see
Yeah.
a lot of our images and graphics from a lot of the local organizations.
Okay, and then I'm gonna read for the other nominees who are not here. Oh, I only have, oh no, I do have, okay, I have both. Okay, so for Lionfish, this says impeccable customer service and top quality food, one of the finest dining additions to Delray in a long time. And then, do you wanna read this one for Robes Law Group?
Yes. Robes. Right
Any
here.
of the highlighted ones we were getting.
This one right here is brought to you by 1-800-CALL-E for Robes Law Group.
Oh my! I'm taking that back.
Let me
Are you gonna
see.
behave yourself this
I read
time? Will you behave? That was
Nah, no problem.
Jamel.
No, but it
Jamel.
did say Business of the Year, and that's what somebody said. Great public servant, selfless staff, and goes extra miles for his clients. That is great.
That is
I'll read another one just for that. All
Because
right.
he was naughty.
I have had a wonderful experience with Robes Law Group this year. Their staff is top notch and really goes out of their way to make you feel valued and appreciated. Special shout out to Margaret. She is fantastic and a real asset to the team at RLG. Yes.
So, even though it's the competition for you, you know, we're a team here in Delray Beach.
Yeah, but it's fun competition.
It is
You
fun
know, it's-
competition.
it
It's
is.
all out of love.
You get in
Everything
a car
we do here
accident,
is out
slip
of
and
love.
fall.
Okay, well, thank you so much, guys, for joining us this morning and for all that you do.
All right, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I have to go back and look at that dance now you brought it up.
I don't know.
I gotta look at that dance. I gotta look at it. I don't remember.
What were you doing? What were you up to? All I remember was Stephanie telling us 2 minutes. 2 minutes every second.
You know the crazy.
She's trying to get us off
The one
there.
that I like though was. Did you see Stephanie walk? I think when we was playing. What's I forgot
No,
the
I
name of the
missed it.
song.
Why'd I miss
The
all
hot
this?
stepper. Stephanie, can you do it one time for us? They called me the hot stepper. She was the hot stepper.
We're
You
gonna
should've
get
seen
her to do
walk
it at
across
some
the runway.
point.
Oh
we
my
just need to give her
gosh.
some spiked coffee, maybe. Sean, next
We
time
need
you're here.
get her on the runway at Fashion Week.
Yes, Stephanie. Okay,
The way she walked
that's
across that
it.
carpet.
She worked it. Oh, I've
Oh.
seen her work it before. Okay, we gotta wrap that up.
All right.
Okay,
Do we have a clip from that?
we're gonna
I'll
find
send
one.
it to you, Louis, next week.
Okay.
All right, so next up, Crystal Palm Award
Mm-hmm.
for community service. There were 3 contestants.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mr. Jeff Perlman, who's not here, Mayor
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Perlman. Mr. Sean Hall, come on. And then these other 2 individuals.
Congratulations.
All right. And Delray Morning Live with Amanda and Jamel.
Yeah, which I feel like I come on enough to where it's kind of like a joint.
It is. Well, that's the thing we have to mention, like everyone else did, is this show could not happen with just the 2 of us.
No, it can't.
I mean, it could. It wouldn't be as good. It
Right.
wouldn't be as good. We have Studio Brawl that helps us. We have Master Wing. We have the Chamber. We have all of the incredible guests that come on, share their stories every single Wednesday with us. So we get to celebrate and give back to this
No,
community.
I totally agree. I mean, especially with Studio Barral, what they're doing with the production
Yes.
behind the
it's top
scenes.
notch.
And then
I
with,
mean,
And if you haven't come to see us film the show, when we're doing it in a place where you can come, you need to come and see the production level
see it
that they
behind the
have,
scenes, yeah.
because it really is spectacular. And they make sure we know where we're supposed to be. We get a rundown ahead of time. So it's not just the 2 of us, even though.
right.
We're
You know, when you think
doing
about,
the crazy
you know,
things.
when you think about when it started with just an iPhone sitting there on the iPad in,
Yeah,
in Ryan's
Ryan
office,
and Kate.
Ryan
Yep.
and Kate, you know, we're moving on up.
That's
You know,
right.
now
He's going to do the dance. Maybe we can get the dance out of you again.
my knees, I'm just telling you.
I mean, that dance was phenomenal.
Oh,
I mean,
man, here you-
I didn't even mind. I didn't even mind losing to you guys because that dance made the night for me.
Well, how did I don't know. How did I miss this dance? Well, you're always dancing. So I think I was just like, oh, he's dancing again. And I just kind of.
I don't remember.
I'm not sure. So I have to say, I had nominated Sean for
Which I
this
appreciate.
award because of all of the things that I see you doing with so many organizations in this town. You are at, I feel like, every single event or hosting an event, or you are participating in this community every single day in such a beautiful, special, genuine way, as so many people are. But I really wanted people to recognize and celebrate how hard you're working behind the scenes. So it was very comical when we were nominated against him, and I was like, wait a minute, wait. I was like, can this happen? But we really every single person is a winner because we are all here making this community what makes it so special.
No, I agree.
So tell us about your business. Tell us about what you do for people who obviously don't get out if they haven't met you.
Yeah, so obviously, you know, there's no losers when it comes to community service awards.
No.
We
Agreed.
can't have enough people in this
Right.
community giving back and supporting all the amazing nonprofits that we've got. And Delray Beach probably has, I would say, the most impactful nonprofits in the entire Florida area, even. Like, I mean, I think there's something like, thousands of registered nonprofits in Delray Beach, and all of them are doing just amazing things. So I am blessed and honored to work with so many different cool nonprofits like the Howe Foundation, Wise Tribe. I've been doing a lot of work with the SET community. Helped start Support Delray initiative when COVID happened to help support our local businesses. I mean, just so many different ways to give back and so many different awesome nonprofits that I'm happy to be able to do that. I have a hard time talking about, you know, what I do personally because I always like to just keep the spotlight on other people, and I like to be behind the camera doing things.
Because you do so many, you're an amazing marketer. So I think you're used to broadcasting, you know, what your clients are doing, but this is your moment. We need to
This is
talk
your moment
about
right
you.
now.
I'm
Just
really
talk
good at
about
marketing
you.
other people's stuff. I am really bad at marketing myself because I don't like to take
All right.
credit for those.
So
things.
pretend you're stepping outside of
Yes, so
yourself.
talk
So-
about, it's not you, Sean, talking about your business.
What Viral Vision Marketing does,
There
and
we
kind of
go.
the brain trust of where it came from, was I was working on these big multinational campaigns for these big companies, doing all of these amazing ad campaigns and coming up with these strategies and ideas. And we did well because they were always outside the box.
Right.
I'm one of those guys, I see what everybody else is doing, and I like to jump over there and do something different. I like to kind of disrupt things a little bit. So with Viral Vision Marketing, what we are able to do is to come up with those outside the box creative ways to spin your business. And we've worked with some amazing businesses like dentists and stuff, where we've been able to turn them around and change their image.
Yeah.
But not just showing, you know, this is a tooth, this is a cavity, brush your teeth twice a day. It's like really fun, engaging content that pulls people in.
Absolutely.
So that's the beauty of what we do at Viral Vision Marketing, is we're able to take those ideas and those boring topics that some people look at and be able to spin them in a way that's super creative and super fun and super engaging. Because people aren't on social media to be lectured or to be sold, or they're on there to be entertained.
Yep.
And when you tap into that entertainment and you make it fun, like that's where the engagement comes from, and that's where like the growth happens, is being able to do those things, like the fun TikTok videos and the, you know, really engaging content and photos and videos, because people like to relate to your business.
Yes.
Right.
They want to see, hey, they're just like me. I want to work with them because they're just like me.
Right.
So when you look at your portfolio, what's that one project that you work on that just stands out? He's like, oh my gosh, I love this. This is my baby. Like, what is that one project?
Well, right now, my favorite project, I have to say, is working with the people at Juniper Health here in Delray that just opened. Concierge kind of medical place for a lot of people, because a lot of people don't have health insurance or they're underinsured. What Juniper does is give them the opportunity to have a monthly membership and get discounts on all of their labs, get basically urgent care and primary care services and tests done. But they're a really good group of people who get it. They like thinking outside the box. We're doing a lot of stuff with them with videos and reels and TikToks and stuff. And they're just super open to all of my weird, wacky ideas. And
Fun.
it's
They're
working for
fun.
them. And
They're
it's
fun
fun.
ideas.
It's just super fun. And that's kind of what I want to do. Like, I'm in business because I want to enjoy it.
Yes.
I want it to feel fun and exciting.
Right.
And I want that to kind of come across with my clients is, hey, we're fun. It's exciting. Like, it's social media. You know, like, it shouldn't be boring and drab. It should be fun and outgoing and exciting.
Absolutely. So what does Delray Beach mean to you?
Oh, man.
You had a lot of time to figure out your answers.
He was
sir.
back there writing. He had a little notebook.
Well, yeah, if you'll excuse me, I've prepared a statement. No, Delray Beach really means the world to me. My first experience in Delray Beach was 17 years ago when I was a valet at Fifth Avenue Grill when I first moved down to South Florida from Chicago.
The former Fifth Avenue.
The former Fifth Avenue Grill. May it rest in peace.
Yes.
But just to interact with the city and the people in the city, we're always just so welcoming and so inviting. And then just the vibe of the city and watching it transform over the last couple of decades to what it is now. I mean, it's phenomenal. I mean, the improvements, the business. Somebody had wrote that Sean loves this community as if it were his family. And that's how I
Yes,
feel. Like,
you do.
it's my biggest problem is saying no to things because there's so many people that I want to help, because I do feel like the city is part of my family and I want to help as many of them as I can. And I'm super passionate about that. And I'm loyal to this city. And I was able to start my business here, and it's watched me kind of go from, just, literally writing content and copy for people to starting a business and being able to interact and work with so many great nonprofits. And, it really means the world to me. Like, my wife and I have lived here for the last 5 or 6 years. We were in Boynton before that. So to be here and to experience everything that's going on in Delray and to have a small part in some of those things that are happening is phenomenal.
That's amazing.
And that's
So
actually
where
probably
can
somebody
people-
calling us right now.
Where can people find you when they need some marketing assistance?
Well, when I'm not bringing you coffee, sorry.
He doesn't drink coffee.
And I don't
Or
have your,
Janelle.
yeah, I
We're
don't have your
gonna get hate
order.
letters that
Red
Janelle's
Bull.
not getting coffee.
Regular Red Bull.
They don't sell Red Bulls. She's a Starbucks person. She's very particular in her order. You can find us at viralvisionmarketing.com. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. You can find me at just about every chamber event that's going on because I think I'm part of 3 or 4 different groups there. You can find me at awesome events like Slack by the Sea, which we have coming up on November 21st, which is our fun beer and donuts 0.5K. Yeah, I mean, because I don't like to get up early or run, so that's a really good event coming up. But
It's probably one of the funniest events.
I know, it is. It is. I think we need to be at that one.
yeah,
Dropping a beer
and then
donuts.
you know, I'm gonna start, you know, doing a TikTok channel with Jamel for his dancing. I think we really need to get that out there.
And Stephanie,
That's something
Stephanie and Jamel.
Yeah, I think
Apparently Stephanie's got some moves as well.
you know, I think that's something that the chamber really needs to focus on
man.
is you two dancing more. I think that would be
Ethan,
really
see
good.
what Ethan started?
Ethan is our fault.
Oh, he didn't start it. You started it. And again, it was fantastic. So, yeah, Viral Vision Marketing, look us up. We would love to work with you, especially if you have an open mind and want to think outside the box. We're your people.
Woo-hoo. All right, so Jamel, we never talk about you on here. And you do so much for this community.
so
No,
much about
I'm
it.
putting you in the hot seat.
Oh, man.
You do so much for this community, whether it's the kids or people with your job at 1-800-CALL-LEE, where you're helping people who've been in accidents. I mean, I just want you to talk a little bit about what you do. And I know it's hard for you to talk about yourself also. You like to tease us about it. But you are just as bad as we are. But you are such a huge part of this community and have changed so many lives. I mean, that's why when we were nominated together, it was such an honor it's an honor for me every week to sit here and celebrate with you, but to be given such an honor with you meant so much more because you really do an incredible amount of things for this town. Like, what you don't see is this man will be here, and then he's running to his next thing, and then he's coaching the JV, then the varsity football at Atlantic High, then he's doing the kids soccer, the kids football. I don't
know. I think my gratification comes from helping people at the end of the day. You know, I like to put smiles on people's faces. I love to really go out and help. Just the needy too.
Yes.
You know, so when I look at less fortunate, when I was young, I was born and raised here in Delray. You know, so growing up in this community, there were a lot of people that really looked out for me. You know, my mom was a single mom. She worked a lot, so we were put into different programs. I was put in the KOP mentoring group with Mr. C. Ron Allen. His program is still running to this day. So no, it was guys like him, guys like Mr. Coleman, that helped mentor me coming up in his community. And my family was really tight knit. We didn't have much, but we had each other.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I know without that group around you, that village around you, like, you're really not going to survive. So there's a lot of people that don't have that. Right. So my thing is, if I can be in that place to really help, give these, I really love the youth, giving the youth the resources that they need to succeed and overcome certain obstacles that they're facing. I love doing that. You know, I love doing that. But take it off me. Let's talk about you.
So I've got a question for you.
I'm
gonna spin
we gotta keep it on him for a minute. We gotta keep it on him.
No, we gotta keep it on you for a minute. Yeah. I think on behalf of all of our guests, I'm just gonna ask you, what does Delray Beach mean to you?
Oh my God.
He beat me to it.
You know what? So for me, like, Delray is love, is hope, is opportunity. The city has so much potential, even to be even greater than what it is. I remember when Delray, everybody think about Delray, they just think about the avenue. They think about downtown. But there's a lot of things that's happening over in this community, a lot of great things that's happening across this whole community. Yeah. You know, and everybody got up here and spoke on why they love Delray, and I think that's the same reason why I love it. So many people come together to help one another. You know, I've worked in a lot of different other cities. I've been in a lot of different other communities, but there's nothing like Delray Beach. And I think for a while, when I went off to college to go to Daytona, it was more of like, oh my gosh. I didn't want to, I was like, I'm not going back there. But I went to other places. I was like, you know what? I want to be back in Delray some way, shape, or form. So to me, is the love, the hope, the opportunity, and just more looking at, and actually I'm gonna bounce back and I'm gonna give some recognition to Mr. Pearlman.
Yes.
On, you know, in him being the mayor, at that time, and all of the creativity that he really led the community and really bringing Delray to what it is. I love it.
And what he's still doing too. Like
Yes.
Right.
I read his online blogs
Right.
and articles and stuff, and he's still very passionate about the
Right.
city, the politics, the leadership, the nonprofit community.
Right.
I mean, that guy gives. I mean, even when we all were nominated, his first thing was go vote for me.
Yes,
Like, how
exactly.
selfless is that? Like,
And
that's the kind
who
of people
he
we need in
is.
Delray.
That is who he is, and I think, I mean, that it's the people like him that helped shape the next generation of leaders in this town, and people who want to give back because they saw what he was doing and continues to do every single day. And we have a quote about him here that I do want to make sure we do read. It says, "He is a true visionary that has never let up on the town he loves, instrumental in the town's growth and bonding of people together." And I think that's such a great statement because
agree.
it's so accurate, and it's him.
Yeah.
Like if we
100%.
read this and you said, who put this person with this quote, it would be Jeff Pearlman.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that the three of us were nominated with somebody like Jeff.
Oh, man.
And I think we both posted
Right?
that online. Like, in and of itself is just like, I was like, I had to look at my name twice. Like, are we sure that's the same,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? So,
I agree.
Absolutely.
I totally agree. Now let's talk about you. You talk about all of the great things that everybody else is doing. You know, this lady, she will give her heart to anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, she's running a business, but I think she gives more than what she receives. And recognition, she's not looking for anything in return.
No.
And sometimes you got to tell her to say no. You know, you say yes to everything. She's saying yes to everything. You know, she
that's why we're
extends
horrible
herself.
friends.
Yes.
You know, so, and I see it. I see everybody, they'll come to you and you always open your heart up, open your doors for everything at the end of the day. So if they haven't said thank you, I'm saying thank you for them at the end of the day. But you have a big heart. You know, so you're a wonderful mom, you know, you're doing a lot. You're a wonderful
I'm not
wife.
gonna cry now, Jamal. You're pushing me over the edge.
You know, so I think with that award, like, so we also have that Crystal Palm Award.
Yes.
We have shared custody of it.
Yes, we do.
As well as we're gonna have, somebody's gonna donate.
I'm working on getting us a second one, so we can each have one of those.
You know,
But
what does Delray mean to you?
well, so I'm gonna make it a little long-winded, but my grandparents lived in Delray Beach. Oh gosh, a long time ago, and it was a beautiful but sleepy little town. And we used to come here. We lived in Coral Springs, which felt like a billion miles away growing up. And when we'd come, we'd go to the beach, and we'd go to Docks and get a hot dog, and it was just such a charming place. And I went to Alabama, then New York, and I thought everyone who knows me will say I thought I was going to die a New Yorker. I was going to be a New Yorker. I was never coming back to Florida. I wanted to be in New York forever. And then I kept coming back to Delray every time I came down, and it just became such a beautiful, incredible place with an art scene, which ultimately it was my first studio in Pineapple Grove that drove me here and made me come to Delray. And as I got to know the people of Delray, it felt like home, and I felt like I could build something so much bigger than myself. I mean, I was working for a huge company in New York, designing dresses, and I thought that's what I wanted to do with my life. But I felt so empty, and I came here and I found so many beautiful people doing good, and found a place where I could help, because I'm the person who I would rather give than ask for anything. But there's so many beautiful people that you can give and give back to you in such beautiful, genuine ways without you asking. And as Johnny said earlier, where you can wrap your arms around each other and help. And so yeah, Delray to me is family. Delray is my home and my world, and I'm gonna cry. Because there's all of these incredible people that I get to see every single day here that make life worth living.
Don't cry.
I'm going to. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to hold this together. But no, it really is. And, and it's getting to meet other selfless people who really would give the shirt off their back to help somebody else. And I think that is what's so refreshing to me about this town.
So I'm going to throw a little something in there.
Uh-oh.
Because you are selfless. Talk to me about A Little Wild.
Oh,
What's A Little Wild?
Between you and Jamal. Okay, so A Little Wild is my partner will thank you for this one. It is my new shop that I have with my partner, Sky Dyer. It is not just kids. We do have a lot of kids things because there wasn't a kids shop in Delray Beach anymore. But we have women's and gifts, and all of the brands that we have in there, we carefully curated. It's a lot of small brands. We wanted to give people a chance that aren't in too many stores. Women-owned, minority-owned, eco-friendly. We really really put a lot of thought into every single piece. And we just wanted it to create a happy place in Delray where you could come and shop, and if you need a gift or you're going somewhere and just want to pick up a little something, or you're having a rough day and just need a dose of sunshine, you can come in. And the girls in our store are wonderful. And we give back to the community. So we're working on a lot of different initiatives with the Achievement Center, with the library, and we're going to continue that, where we can also, you can shop and you can feel good. So I can continue to give back to the community. Yeah, thank you.
Where's Little Wild located, for those that don't know?
Oh, marketing master. In Pineapple Grove. We're right by Rose's Daughter, for those of you who know where that is, right on 2nd Avenue. It's 157 Northeast 2nd. It's literally my favorite spot in town. So when that spot opened up and one of my friends left her space there, I was like, it's meant to be. It's a sign. And my partner and I jumped head first. And we've been open now almost a month.
Wow. That's great.
Actually, no, exactly a month.
Well, happy 1 month anniversary.
Thank you.
And when is your line of Pineapple Men's rompers coming out?
Well, that was an exclusive, one of a kind, for one time only for you.
Sean, hold
and
on.
only
First of
you.
all, you better not.
Did you ever see his pineapple romper?
You better not. You better not wear a pineapple romper.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh my.
He did for his birthday, and he came to me, and I helped him make it perfect.
Yeah. You did a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
No, see, that's not a good friend. You're supposed to say, Sean, you're not supposed to be wearing this.
It was the perfect Sean outfit. It was hilarious. It was appropriate for what he was doing.
That's not appropriate.
I mean, if you
Sean
ask
and
me-
romper does not go together.
If you asked me for a pineapple romper, Jamel, you would get probably a no. But for Sean, it fit his personality. You'll get some socks, some pineapple
Listen,
socks.
I will text you a picture later.
No, I don't want.
So I'm going to read a quote about one of the ones that was given for, there was a really good one about you, Jamel. Wait.
Somebody said something about me.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of good things. Everyone loves you. Okay, wait, I'm trying to find it. Wait. There was a really good, I don't know, they were all so good. Okay, here, we're gonna go with this one. Okay. The Crystal Palm Award for Community Service should definitely be awarded to Delray Morning Live with Amanda and Jamel. Their show is comical, especially Jamel, informative, and community informant of various aspects, programs, and events in the city of Delray Beach. This program is great for the Chamber and the city. It's a refreshing outlet, and the Chamber is to be commended for supporting this effort.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Because I thought it talked about all of us, because that's what it really is. Our show is a family, just like our town is a family. And whoever wrote that, thank you. We're very grateful and very honored. Surprised and honored that we were selected. And
Yeah, I mean, when I seen the names on them, like Sean and
I know.
there's no way.
Woo! No, but Jamel.
But I figured somebody probably ordered a buy or paid to buy it or something, and we got the votes.
I tried.
Brother.
I can't say that being acknowledged with Sean and what he's doing. I mean, even just having my name on there with you and also with Jeff, like I said before, it was wonderful. At a nice event, being recognized at a wonderful event as well, put on by the Chamber.
In a town that we love.
In a town
And
that
I
we
think,
love.
too, we should take a second and just throw a shout out to the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
We talk about family and community, and the Chamber here is all about family and community. And if you're not a member, definitely think about joining because it's a really great group. It's done wonders for my business, I think for both of your businesses as well. So a huge thank you to the Chamber of Commerce for allowing us to do this.
Yes.
And there's always more fun things happening in town. Do you
There
want to
is.
do the honors today,
Yeah,
sir?
I love when I just get handed announcements that I get to do on the floor here.
I'm finally off the clock for a second.
Yeah, put your feet up, have some coffee. I got this. There are some amazing things that go on in the city, but I'll highlight a few of them. So one of the things is the Do Good Delray initiative, which has been an amazing success for a lot of small businesses. I know our Wise Tribe event for Dirty Martinis, we raised just under $10,000.
Wow.
Which is, well beyond our best case scenario. So the city and the people around it are rallying around this Do Good Delray initiative. So throughout the entire month of October, we still have events that are going on. If you'd like to see the full schedule of that, go to delraybeach.com/dogooddelray. So basically, it's the Partner with a Purpose. It's the Delray Beach Chamber of Commerce's new annual partnership initiative, which I'm glad it's an annual thing because we get to do it again and again and again. So with a desire to increase collaboration between for-profit and nonprofit members, the Do Good Delray initiative has created a month of opportunities aimed at growing both friends and funds in a fun, creative way. And that's exactly what it's been doing. All of the events so far have been I mean, just fun. The ideas have been great, and we're raising a lot of money and doing a lot of good for the community. So there's that. So that's going on. So check that out. Go to an event. We've also got a Chairman's Club coming up. That's going to be tomorrow morning, October 20th at 10 a.m. It's going to have coffee, snacks, and a tour of the new Ray Hotel, which we've all been to now a few times. And if you haven't been, this is a great opportunity for you to go get a tour, see how just beautiful. I mean, the design there is just phenomenal.
It's unbelievably gorgeous.
So check that out. If you're a Chairman's Club member already, it's going to be free. If you're not, it's going to be $40, and you can register for that at delraybeach.com. Thank you. /events. I was trying to record this so I can send it to my mom, you know. So proud of me. And then lastly, so many papers. We've got a new member orientation happening. You know what? New member orientation is happening. That's coming up on October 28th at 11:30 a.m. That's going to be at the Chamber of Commerce. You can register for that as well as the other events at delraybeach.com/events. This is going to be for new members and new employees of existing members who are going to be invited to learn more about your Delray Beach Chamber, meet fellow chamber members, some of the chamber staff who are all phenomenal, leads group chairs, ambassador chair, and representatives from the board of directors. Really great if you're a new member to check this out. I've always said the Chamber of Commerce, you get out of it what you put into it. Join a leads group, go to the networking events, join committees, network with other people, because you're not just going to get leads mailed to you without any participation. So if you're a new member, go ahead and register for that at delraybeach.com/events. If you're not a member and you're watching, go to delraybeach.com and sign up for a membership. That's it.
Awesome. Great job, Sean. Now that she's back from break.
Yeah.
Hey, well, thank you guys for allowing us to join with you on your phone or on your computer this morning. All we want to say is have a Delray day. We love you. Peace.
Here at Delray Buick GMC, we're proud to help you with your vehicle needs every step of the way. With your goals at the forefront of our minds, we offer quality service, useful knowledge, a listening ear, and a friendly face. Whether you're looking to upgrade to a brand new model, get behind the wheel of a pre-owned vehicle, or receive helpful repairs and efficient service, our team is dedicated to ensuring you feel comfortable, confident, and taken care of. We also take pride in providing you with a top-notch experience that goes beyond purchasing a vehicle. We offer services in our state-of-the-art service center, with a team of certified service technicians, and assistance with vehicle financing and auto loans. We make sure you get the support you deserve. Our dealership has received the General Motors Mark of Excellence Award 6 times, one of the most prestigious awards in our industry. Upgrade your dealership experience at Delray Buick GMC. It matters where you buy your car.